Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvette, and if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to the place where I like to share craft tutorials for junk journals, beadwork, paper crafting, and more. In today's video, I'm going to show you the process I use to make these cute owl-themed hang tags for your junk journal using the digital kit from Pam at the Paper Outpost. So let's go ahead by starting and looking at the finished product, and then we're going to make two on camera. So what I've done is Pam has whole pages full of these little owl themes, and I just love them. I think they're so cute. So what I did was I backed each one in some cardstock, and they're all different, but each one has a piece of recycled denim. It has some leather. I know some of you will not feel comfortable using actual leather in your projects. This is something I've had for a long time, so I figured I would put it to use. You could use material or faux leather on there. It would look just as cute. I have a little piece of linen, some lace, a button, a little bit of burlap on each one, and then each one has a bulb pin with a little plastic leaf on it. And then on the back, I've covered the back in tea-dyed paper and did a little doodling on there. And the shape that this is a tag shape, but it's actually a paint chip that I got at a paint store when they were discontinuing that particular style of paint chip. So I got a whole bunch of them, and I use them a lot in my crafting. So here's the first one we looked at. Here's another one. So each one of them has a little bit of leather fringe that I've made on there, and just lifts up so you can journal on there. Underneath here you can journal a secret little passage. And this one has a little piece of linen here, some lace, and I got the different look on the leather by just using the front or the back side of the leather. So each one, like I said, is a little bit different. And the idea is you would just hang this either from the spine or from a page. So you could put a little piece of material, glue it down on the page, and then slip this up through there, and you have a little spot to journal in your journal. So each one is a little bit different. So let's go ahead and get started with our project here. Move these out of the way. So what I have here is the digital kit from Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I have various images here. So as you can see, these are really cute, and I've used these, so of course they're cut up here, but the images are all different sizes and different kinds of owls. So what I did was I just went through, found the ones that I wanted to work with, and worked with those. So let's go ahead and get started here. So these are the paint chips, and I've gone ahead and covered the back in tea-dyed paper, and then we have our cutout from the kit, and I covered that in a piece of cardstock to make it a little bit more rigid. And then I have a little scrap piece of the leather, a little scrap of the denim, and then I have up here a button with some little fragments from this roll of, what do they call this? Burlap. So I got this roll of burlap, and I just cut off pieces of it and use it. One tip that I want to give you is when you use it, let me grab one of the tags here. When you're using a piece of it and then you're gluing something over the top of it, I run the glue along that last row, so I kind of fray it on the edge and then just run the glue along there, because these will pull out if they're not secured. So that's how I did that. And then we have a button, a little bit of that. We have a eyelet that's going to go at the top, and then we have our bulb pin with the little leaf on there. So let's go ahead and get making these. So this one, I'm kind of wanting to have the owl at the top, and you want to kind of think of your design as you're making it. And then what I did with the fringe, I'm going to cut this on camera so you guys can see how I did that. So I just basically went up, and I'm not a perfectionist. I don't measure anything. I just kind of go along. Some will be a little wider, some will be a little thinner. That's fine because it's handmade. So I don't mind those little imperfections when I'm making something. So the important thing with this is to get at the top, you kind of want the fringe to all either go at I'm making this at an angle here, or you want it all to be even so that it all hangs even. But because this is angled at the bottom, it doesn't matter if it's angled at the top or not, in my opinion. If you want it all straight, you can measure it out and do it that way. I would suggest if you're going to draw lines that you draw them on the back, but I don't like to see those lines, so I do it this way. I don't want that to show, so I'm going to glue, and I'm using just Fabri-Tac glue. Of course, I have a little ball at the top. If you work with Fabri-Tac, you know that happens. So I'm just going to put the glue on, and I'm going to decide which side I want. So I'm kind of liking that side to show. So you got to remember which side you're putting down. And if it's the other side, that's fine too. But I kind of wanted it all to blend a little bit more. So you put it on, kind of straighten it up here. So there's that part. Now this at the top, what I did on, let's grab a sample here. What I did at the top was I made it even with the top of the card. If you just had a straight piece, that would be really easy to do. But I kind of like the little house shape that these cards naturally had. So I want it to line up like this so that on the back, I'll just punch a hole in here. So we've got that going. And then maybe I want to put a little bit of this because I want everything on there that's on the other one. So I'm going to just put this at the bottom, I think. Maybe I should have planned it out before, but then it wouldn't be fun, right? I'm just going to put that on there. This will go up here like this. So I like that. And I need a little piece of lace. So I just cut it off and use it however I feel like at the moment. So no rules. So I'm just going to cut this in half. And I'm going to tie a knot in this. And just glue that down. I like everything to kind of have a little bit of a finished look. So I'm going to stick a little bead of glue right on here. And then I'm going to take these little fibers that I had from a piece of that burlap, and I'm just going to stick them on there. No rhyme or reason to what I do, I just do. So I would encourage you, if you're like I used to be, stuck in what to do. You had to, oh, I have to have it planned out and I have to do it this way or that way. Just go ahead and start, and then it will make its own way. That's what I've found anyway. So that's how I'm going to do that one. Right or wrong, that's how it is. And see, that's not even centered, but I think it's cuter when it's not centered. So that's just me. I don't like things all lined up perfectly. So I do have a crocodile. If you don't have this, you can go ahead and use a paper punch. But I'm just going to punch a hole in there. One thing you want to be mindful of is the image on the front. You want to make sure you don't punch a hole in the middle of his face there. And then we're going to just use the other part of this crocodile here. Whoop. You know, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm not real good with this tool, but I love it because it does what it's supposed to do. But I don't do what I'm supposed to do sometimes. There we go. And we're going to put that bulb pin on there. And that guy is complete. Oh, wait, no, he's not. We didn't do this part. So I'm just gonna do what I do. I like to doodle, and if you've watched my other videos, you've probably seen that, but I just think it gives it a nice finished little touch, and it's very fun. So let me know in the comments if you guys like to doodle or if you've ever tried that and what you think of it. So I am growing my channel. I'm new to YouTube and just started doing this. So if you are new here, I would ask that you would subscribe and like this video if you do. Comment always. I love comments and I do reply to them. So please join in the fun. All right, there's that. Let's go ahead with this one. So this one, I wanted to have the burlap sticking out around, but because it's a kind of a fragile thing with the little ends coming off, you know, I did glue it all the way, but then I put another piece of cardstock on the back. So this is the image with a piece of cardstock and then the burlap and then another piece of cardstock. So it's a little bit thicker, but that's okay. And then what I'm thinking is I'm going to put this at the bottom here. And then I would like to put this on here. And then I'm thinking about, because I kind of like that with the fringe behind. And then maybe putting this on here with a button. So we'll see how that goes. So again, I'm just going to cut this into strips. No right, no wrong. The only thing you got to be careful of with this is that you don't cut into the previous little cut or it'll come off, and that you don't cut all the way up to the top or it will be cut off. But other than that, you got it. Last one's always the hardest. So I'm going to glue, I think I'm going to do, I like that more neutral look. So I'm going to put this on the back. So it's probably easier to do the card, but why do easy, right? I'm just going to stick that on there. Again, that's going to go up at the top there. So I like how that's turning out. And this I'm going to put over the top. I just kind of like the way that lace looks over the top of the fringe. So with that, I'm just going to glue along here. I pretty much use Fabri-Tac for everything just because I find it stays and sticks and dries relatively quickly, which I like. Then I'm going to put this little guy. This is just a little scrap piece of denim. So all of this, the materials other than the digital kit, was stuff I have in my supplies. And my mom has recently been purging her supplies, and she gave me some of the leather. She does beadwork and backs it in leather. So when she gave me those, and my other friend gave me, because my mom is my friend too, my other friend gave me little scraps of denim. And so I thought, hey, I could put those all together and make a cute little hang tag. You could also make the, someone suggested a hidden paper clip. I've never really made one, so maybe I'll have to venture into that. Okay, we're going to punch our hole here. They're handy dandy, not so handy in my hand, crocodile. So I'm going to turn this over, punch the back so I can see where I'm going. I just found that to be easier for me anyway. Let's see if I can get this in one try. Probably not. Oh dear. All right, there we go. Perfect. Put that little hang tag in there, a little bulb pin. I did buy these on Etsy, these bulb pins, so I'll go ahead and link that. I'll also link Pam's digital kit on the Paper Outpost. And paint chips, if you don't have those, you could probably just go ahead and use cardstock. I wanted to use things and kind of have a recycled feel to it, so that's why I did it that way. But here are my 10 finished tags, and I think they turned out really cute. And I hope you guys head over to Paper Outpost and get yourself a digital kit and give these a try. Again, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when my next video is out. In that video, I'm going to be using a digital kit by Tsunami Rose, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one, so you're going to have to come back and check it out. So, thank you very much. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.